Today we are going to be reading a really awesome book. It's called What Will I Do Without You? And the author of this is Sally Grinley and Penny Dan. And we're also going to be doing a really fun craft for winter as well. So before we start, we always sing our Storytime song. Are you guys ready? Awesome. We clap and say hello. We clap and say hello. With our friends at Storytime, we clap and say hello. We stomp and say hello. We stomp and say hello. With our friends at Storytime, we stomp and say hello. We wave and say hello. We wave and say hello. With our friends at Storytime, we wave and say hello. Hi, friends. All right, let's get into this book, What Will I Do Without You? And we are reading this book today with permission from Macmillan Publishing. So thank you so much, Macmillan, for letting us read this book for Storytime today. Winter was on its way. Jefferson Bear was fat and his fur wobbled more than ever. Shall we go for our walk? Asked Figgy Two Socks. No time to walk, Figgy, said Jefferson Bear. I need to eat. I'm getting ready to hibernate. What's hibernate? Asked Figgy. Hibernate is what big brown bears do in the winter, said Jefferson Bear. It's when I go to sleep and I don't wake up until spring. But what will I do without you? Said Figgy. I'll be back before you know it, said Jefferson Bear. I don't want you to go, said Figgy Two Socks. The air turned frosty. Time for bed, yawned Jefferson Bear. Don't go yet, said Figgy. I'm sorry, little friend. A big brown bear needs his sleep. Jefferson Bear hugged her tightly and disappeared into his cave. I'll miss you, JB, said Figgy. The next morning, it was snowing. Figgy had never seen snow before. She ran to tell Jefferson Bear. JB, are you asleep yet? She called. A rumbly snore echoed from deep inside his cave. Figgy kicked the snow. What fun is the snow when you don't have your friend to share it with? Boof, boof, boof. Figgy's brothers were having a snowball fight. Can I play? Figgy said. If you want to, said Big Smudge. Take this, said Floppy Plugs. Poof, poof. Stop it, Figgy squealed. That hurts. You wanted to play, they said, and they ran off laughing. You wouldn't do that if JB were here, she cried. Then Figgy Two Socks had an idea. All day long, she pushed and patted the snow. All day long, she rolled and scooped and shaped it. Finally, she found 3 black stones and a little twig. Every time I look at Big White Snow Bear, I'll think of JB, she said. Check out the Big White Snow Bear. Pow, pow! Figgy Two Socks woke up to the next morning to find Big Smudge and Floppy Lugs pelting the snow bear. Stop it, she cried. Leave him alone. Cry, baby, called her brothers, skipping away. Figgy Two Socks felt very lonely. She sobbed a great big sob. Then she began to feel cross. If JB was her friend, how could he leave her so long? Poof! She threw a snowball at the snow bear. Poof! Another and another. Poof! Hey, don't do that. You'll ruin it, called a voice. It was Hoptail the squirrel. JB's not my friend anymore, said Figgy. Why not? Said Hoptail. He's not here when I need him. But he needs his sleep, said Hoptail. And I need some help. I have to find the nuts I buried in the fall. Hoptail pointed to the places where she thought her food was hidden. Figgy Two Socks dug down through the snow. One for you, she squealed, each time she dug up a nut. One for me, she squealed, each time she dug up a worm. Day after day, more snow fell. Figgy Two Socks and Hoptail ran through the woods, making patterns with their paw prints. They broke off icicles and watched them melt through their paws. And together, they rebuilt the big white snow bear. And at the end of each day, Figgy Two Socks went to see what Big White Snow Bear. I hope JB won't mind that I have another friend, she said. Little by little, the days grew warmer. The snow bear's melting, cried Figgy. What's happening? Spring is coming, said Hoptail. Suddenly, Big Smudge and Floppy Lugs appeared. They clambered into the snow bear and pushed. Heave! Whoosh! The head of the snow bear rolled down the hill. Grrr, ouch, that hurt, growled a great big voice. Big Smudge and Floppy Lugs ran away. There was Jefferson Bear, rubbing his nose. That's a fine welcome back, he said. JB, squealed Figgy. Oh, I've missed you so much. I built a snow bear to remind me of you, and I hope you don't mind. Yes, said Jefferson Bear. I've made a new friend. This is Hoptail. Jefferson Bear laughed. Slow down, Figgy. Let's all go for a walk, and you can tell me just what you did without me. The end. That's What Will I Do Without You? And it's a really fun story about winter and snow. And we just had some snow here in Cenla this weekend. It was really exciting. So we're going to make a really cool craft. And the good thing about this is you can use whatever you have at home. I'm going to use some white paint because I have that. But if you don't have white paint, you could use maybe some glue. Or even if you have powdered sugar or flour, you could use some water and mix with that. Whatever you have at home. And I have some blue paper, but whatever color you have is fine. So these are just little snowflakes that we're going to make. And I'm just using my paint. I'm going to squirt some on a little plate, but whatever you have, and a fork. I have a plastic fork, but if all you have are real forks, that's okay too. You can wash it when you're done. So I'm just going to stick my fork in my paint, get some paint all along the back of there like this. And then I take my paper. And you can see, I just lay it on there. And I can do 2 or 3 before I need to dip it back in. The cool thing about snowflakes is they all look different. So it doesn't have to look exactly the same or right. So I can make my snowflakes look however I want. And use whatever craft supplies you have. You can see for the one that I made earlier, when I got finished, I wanted it to sparkle. So I added a little bit of glitter on there. So you could do that. If you don't have glitter, that's okay. Or maybe if you have some sprinkles for dessert, you could put those on there. And I also put some little snowballs. To make the snowballs, all you do is you take your fork and you take the other side. And then you just make the snowballs. So that's a really easy craft you can make. Get mom or dad or maybe big brother or sister or grown up to help you. But it's a really easy activity. And the cool thing is just use whatever you have around your house. And it'll remind us of that cool snow that we had this weekend. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming to story time today. I'm glad to see you. I hope you guys are staying warm and staying safe and staying healthy. I can't wait to see you guys again in real life for story time. But for now, thanks for coming on Facebook. All right. Let's sing our goodbye song. Are you guys ready? Oh, it's time to say goodbye to our friends. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to our friends. Story time has done today. We have had a lot of fun. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to our friends. Bye, friends. See you next time. Keep reading lots of books.